All right, here, what we have here is page, I believe it's page 19. This is the significant figures page, and what you're seeing here is the upper left-hand corner, 1 through 20, where you had to identify the number and significant figures. Let me remind you that leading zeros are not significant, sandwich zeros are significant, and trailing zeros are not. And decimals do matter, so like at number 7 there, where you see 589,000, those last 3 zeros are not significant because there is not a decimal place. Number 9, okay, you have a sandwich 0 between the 5 and the 8, but those last 2 are not significant. Whereas like number 2, both of those zeros are significant because there's a sandwich 0, but the 5 0 at the end is significant because that's a trailing 0. One of my students just told me that I said that trailing zeros are not significant just now. I don't believe I did, but leading zeros are not significant. Sandwich zeros are significant, and trailing zeros are significant. I would like to be clear on that. All right, right here we have a continuation of page 17. This is 21A through F. The first one's kind of interesting. A lot of people, when you round to 3 significant figures, want to just lop off a digit. Well, that makes it a significantly different number if you take 4,325 and just turn it into 433. Can't do it. But what you can do is you could take and make it 4,330 without a decimal place, because that last 0 is not a significant figure. What you see here is measurements, and it just wants you to talk about the number of significant figures. Again, let me stress, leading zeros are not significant. Sandwich zeros are significant. Trailing zeros are significant. All right, now this last one is the last portion of page 17, numbers 23 and 24. Note on number 23, if you write 1,000 with 2 significant figures, 1.0 times 10 to the third is the only way you can express this with 2 significant figures. If you put a decimal at the end of 1,000, you'd have 4 significant figures. If you made it 1,000.0, you'd have 5 significant figures. Okay, you can't just take numbers off because it changes the value. So 1.0 times 10 to the third is the only way with 2 significant figures. And what I want you to note is sometimes significant figures makes you have to use scientific notation. The bottom is really just a review of writing things from a scientific notation into a decimal.